hard work has been done. Feel that, enjoy that emotion of done the hard work. It's now time to clock off, cash in my check, money in my trading account, boom. What's left is risk-free. Move that stop loss down. Do I get more money out of the trade? I don't know, right? I must have done. Okay, here we go here, right? I'm just sitting here laughing at the minute. Can I get more money? Boom! That's how you do it. Feel it, enjoy it. In today's video, I'm going to teach you a skill that you have to, and I mean have to implement into your trading if you want to be successful. That is fact. So enjoy today's video. Okay, so I've been teaching You Lovely Lot for around 8 years now, and I have spent a lot of hours. I mean, a ridiculous amount of hours with traders on the charts, teaching them to trade. And I don't think the word is qualified, but I would say I'm the most experienced to know where you are going wrong with your trade. And that is absolutely fact. Put me on a webinar with you and I will put you in your place whether you like it or not. And the reason why most people go wrong is psychology, right? They're not implementing certain things into their trading to help their psychology, because everyone in trading always wants to follow a fixed set of rules. They want a fixed set of rules with a positive risk reward, and they want to trade this kind of mechanical way on which the market always moves. Well, as we know, the market is going to do what it wants to do, right? If I was to right now, imagine you right now was to create your very own strategy. Imagine you create your very own strategy, very simple, and you were to take 100 trades. I guarantee you with 100%, by the time you've took that 100th trades, you'll be more confused than when you first started, because you'll take trades that will bend the rules that you shouldn't take. You'll get stopped out. You will make a lot of money. You'll go through a period of losses, and you'll just, by the 100th trade, you will get confused. You'll just get frustrated. To give you an example, I had a webinar with it wasn't actually a member. I had a webinar with a trader last week. Now, he was a financial advisor, very, intelligent, got a lot of qualifications in this industry. And he was showing me his strategy. Okay. He created this strategy, and so far this year, it had returned a 56% win rate, 56% profit. So from now until June, it would have made 56% return profit. Now, how much had he made? 0. He'd gone backwards. So why? Why is that? He's got this strategy with a 56% profit, for this year, and yet he hasn't made any profit whatsoever. And the reason being is because he was not following his rules. How can you create a strategy and not follow your own rules? And the reason behind that was because his strategy was very complicated and it was very subjective, which meant if you were to take 100 trades, you'd be more confused by the end of it, right? It's like trading support and resistance, right? And you go, well, how do I mark up my support and resistance levels? Well, who are you asking? Because this guy over here is going to tell you something different to that guy over there. That's fact. So your trading has to be very simple. Your strategy has to be very simple, where you can religiously understand it every time you take a trade. However, with our trading, we need to implement some parts of it. We need to implement some things to help psychology. Now, that is fact, okay? We are human, okay? You're human. I'm human. So we're going to go through feelings when we take a trade, right? So we're going to take a trade. We're going to get stopped out. We're going to be entering late. We might get frustrated because we missed it. We might watch price, almost touch our take profit and then boom, reverse and stop us out. We sometimes might bend the rules. Sometimes we might take trades with a slightly higher risk than we normally wouldn't. Sometimes we might go into this trade panicking slightly. We just had a loss or 2 losses, and we're kind of on our back foot and we're starting to get a bit fearful. We're going to go through these periods. I am, you are, we are human, okay? We are trading, which involves money, and when it comes to money, people get very emotional about it, right? So we have to do certain things in our trading to help psychology. I'm going to show you something right now, which I recommend everybody to use because it will help you, right? Just to show you, I'm going to show you my trading results today. I've nearly doubled this trading account. Let me just on in. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna edit this in again. So screen mirroring here, and we are going. I'll show you my results for the last 2 days. So today and yesterday, right? Hold on. Let me just hold on here. Hold on here. Give me a sec here. I'm pressing the wrong button. Okay, I need to screen record. Here we go. Here, 3, 2, 1. So you're gonna see my results here. Okay, here, right? So those are my results for today. As you can see, we're going to go over these trades in a minute, right? If we go to custom, we're going to go to the start date, which is obviously Sunday to Monday. This should give me some Bitcoin trades. Yeah, some Bitcoin trades. Let me do Saturday, actually. Let me do Saturday. So it's going to be the 9th. There we go there. 7th to the 9th. 7th to the 9th. Okay, there we go there. So these are all of my trades. Okay, so far £4,500. And there you go there, right? Really nice last 2 days. Okay, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. Okay, so we're going to jump on the charts right now. As you can see, we're on the charts. It's magic how I've done this editing, aren't I? Right, I'm learning this new skill. So I'm going to go over 2 setups I've took this morning. Okay, a buy on gold and a sell on gold. So this was the sell. Okay, this was the buy here. Now we're just going to go over this example right here. I think I might have actually took this on the 15-second. Hold on, let me just double check this setup here. Let me just double check. I can't remember what time frame I took this on. So I'm going to get my setup here. I don't think I took it on the 15-second. I think I took it. Hold on here. I might have done, actually. Hold on here. I might have done. Give me a sec here. No, maybe. Yeah. Maybe I might have done, actually. Maybe I might have done. Give me a sec. I'm just waiting for this. I'm waiting for that thing to break. Here we go here. Yes, I think I would have done actually. Yes, I've got a funny feeling I might have took this on the 15-second. Okay, hold on here. Am I going to get a signal? Am I going to get a signal? I am going to get a signal. Yes, I did. Okay, going to pause it here. So I did take this on the 15-second, right? So we're going to go to the replay button here and here. Right. Okay, so this is my strategy. It's the MGUI reversal strategy, as you probably know from all of my videos. Now, when we're trading, we want to be ideally trading with the trend. The more we're going to trade with the trend, the more easier it's going to help with psychology, right? Because when you're trading with the trend, you can really push and maximize your profits. That is absolute fact. Okay, there's no point trying to push the trade if you're trading against the trend, because you're trading against the trend, right? You're just going to try and force something which effectively is not going to work, because the market's going to do what it wants to do. If it's going to go up, it's going to go up. So why would you want to trade against it? Okay, so when I take this trade, as you can see, it is a MGUI reversal. We have the first pullback, we have the second pullback, we have a first pullback, and we have the second pullback. Oh my God, look at that. Uptrend, pullback, uptrend, pullback. Hallelujah. How simple is that? Okay, now when I get this trade, okay, you have to remember, when I get this trade or get this setup just there, bang, okay? I've got the 5 minute in my favor. I've got a second pullback. Everything about this is perfect, right? Now, when I take this trade, you have to remember, I don't know what the market's going to do. Neither do you, neither does anybody else, right? So we can only do what we can do in this trade. Right? We don't know how far it's going to go, and we don't know where our target is. Well, we know where our target is, but we don't know where this trade's going to go. All we can do is just go in this trade. We can be in it and we can ride it, right? Now, this is what I would recommend everybody to do, because I promise you it will help psychology. When we take our trade, we want to, or what most people will do, is they'll look at the money side of things, right? Most people go into trading and they will get out of trades early, and they'll hold trades or they'll hold losses for longer. Why? Because they've looked at the money and they're panicked, right? Why have they panicked? Because they know in the back of their mind that they don't often get winners, right? So when they're in a winning trade, they panic, right? Oh my God, I'm in a winning trade. They pull out of it, right? Or you try and push a trade too far and it just reverses and stops you out, and you say to yourself, ah, damn it, I should have done something about it, right? So this is what I recommend doing. When we take our trade, or when I take this trade, I'll always have my stop loss roughly around the bottom of the previous low. Why there? Because I have two areas of support protecting me, that support and that support. So theoretically, right, I mean, if I'm going to get stopped out on this trade, I'm going to get stopped out there, but there's two areas of support protecting me. So it's kind of giving myself the best opportunity of winning this trade, right? In terms of take profit now, I try and aim for a take profit that is relative, or I try and take partials that is relative to my stop loss. So if that's 487 points, we're going to go with around there, okay? So that's roughly around a 1-to-1. Normally it's at the top of the zone there, okay? But on this example, I just went for a 1-to-1, okay? Now this is the most important part. What you want to do with your trading is you immediately want to set a level that you can hit. So because I'm trading with the trend, I have set a level now that I have to hit, right? Regardless of the money, regardless of my feelings or the candlesticks, I've set a level and I have to hit this level. If I can't hit this level, going with the trend, there is a serious problem. This is where most people go wrong, because what they do is they will set this level that's so ridiculously high and they can't hit it, they can't hit it, they can't hit it, and they try and hide that by taking or closing trades off early, right? There's a difference between money management and strategy and wins, right? If you can consistently win trades, then you're going to be a very good trader. You will make a lot of money, right? But you can't compensate by not winning trades by having a bigger take profit, right? That's not going to work. If you can't win trades to start off with, then there's a problem. So when it comes to winning trades, we want to set a target and say to ourselves, it's either this target or stop loss, regardless. That is it. We're not going to touch the trade until either this gets hit or that gets hit. Okay? Now this target, which I have set, has to be a target that can be hit immediately. Because the longer you are in a trade, the more likely you are exposing yourself to market manipulation and news. And secondly, the longer you are in a trade, the more your emotions are going to come into play. You might start panicking about, I don't know, New York opening or London open or news, or you might have to go out. You're just not going to be comfortable being in a trade. That's fact. Most people will look at the trades, right? Even though you say like, no, just set and forget, you will look at the trade. So you want to have a level that is immediately going to get hit. Okay, now once this level immediately gets hit, as you can see here, I'm going to be in this trade. I'm just going to give you this example here. Okay. And we set this level here. Let me just see what happens here. I just want to give you an example when this trade finally does something. Here we go here. Nice. Okay. Nice. Hit my level. Come on. Get up there. Come on. This is a bad example. I would have took partials, but we're just going to leave it here because it's stop loss or take profit. It's one or the other, right? If I can't hit my take profit here, there's a problem. So let me just get up here with this trade, right? This is here we go here, right? Here we go here. Come on, push, stop. Right. Okay. There we go there. Beautiful, right? Now I'm in this trade, right? And I've hit this zone here. This is the trick, okay? This is what most people want to do. If I said to you, Jamie, right, you need to take partials at this level because this is your level now. You've hit your level. You have to do something about it because if you don't, this is what's really going to hurt. Because if you don't win this trade now, even though you're in profit, you are going to be frustrated. So what you're better off doing when you go into this trade or you take this trade, instead of going for like, I'm going to give you an example here. Instead of going for a 0.01 lot size, you're better off going in there with a bigger lot size. Okay, so don't worry about risk at the moment, because risk again is going to be decided because of different characters, right? Some people like high risk, some people like low risk. It's going to be different from trader to trader. But what I would recommend is go into this trade with a higher lot size and take partials or take profit out of this trade when you hit that level. Now, the money that you take out of this trade at this level has to be what you want to take out of this trade. You have to be comfortable or happy with it. The reason being is because this is what normally happens, right? If you go into this trade with a 0.1 lot size and you say, well, there's no point me taking partials here because it's not worth it. I haven't made any money yet. Okay, but beyond that, you're pushing trades. You're pushing trades where you shouldn't be. Okay, so you need to think, well, if I go into this trade with a higher lot size now, I will take money here that I'm happy with, that I can say, you know what, I've done my job, I've took a winning trade, I've got to this level, I'm quite happy with the profits now, I'm going to take that out of the trade. So you want to go into this trade with a slightly higher lot size so you're comfortable with what happens next with this trade. There's no point trying to push a trade if you're not happy, or you go into a trade with too big of a lot size and you start panicking. So you want to say, what do I actually want to achieve from this trade? And what do I want to achieve when it hits this level? So for me, what I tend to do is I will take around 80% off the trade. Sometimes it might be 100%, depending how I'm feeling, because some days I'll go on the chart slightly different to you and me. We all will, right? Sometimes you'll get very confident and you'll want to push your trades. Some days you'll get very fearful. Again, it's psychology. So when you get to this level, take what you are comfortable doing. For me, it's around 80%. Once you have done that, move that stop loss to break even, right? Or move it up slightly so you are risk-free on the trade. You don't have to go to break even, but even if you were to lose a slightly bit of profit, to give an example here, if we were to keep it simple, we went into this trade with 0.3 lot size. At this level here, we close 0.02 lot size, meaning that we still leave 0.01 still open. So if we were to come all the way back down and hit our stop loss there, we've still made money. We haven't lost any money. We've made profit. This trade is risk-free. You wouldn't understand the psychology that has on you and the positive effect. Once you've hit that zone and you say, right, that is it. It's either do or die, this level or nothing, or stop loss. Because if you can't hit a level like this here, there is a problem. Like I said, right? If you can't win trades, there is an issue. There's no point trying to close it before your target, because you're trying to compensate something, which is a lack of skill and talent with your strategy. Meaning if you can't hit a level with your strategy, there's a problem with the setups you take it. Once you've hit that level, go have some fun. Go enjoy it. Go push the trades to like a 1 to 3. And just start to build up that confidence, right? If you were to analyze that trade, look what happened here, right? Look how far that trade went up. Now, I could have sat here. I didn't actually. I closed it somewhere around here. If you don't believe me, go into the free Telegram group. The point I'm trying to say at this level here is that you are laughing. You are completely laughing. You've already took the chunk of your profit down here. Everything after that is just, you might as well just sit and laugh. Like, it is, the psychological effects that has on your brain is unbelievable. Let's go over another trade like this here, right? Let's go over this trade here. So same again. I think I might have took this on the 5 minute, 10 second. Let's just go over the 10 second. I think it was, right? Here, right? So same again. I've got my first pullback here. Okay, we're going to come down there. And this is my second pullback just here. Notice again, it's the exact same setup as the buy. It's nothing different. See how my rules are very simple. It can't be subjective, meaning I've got my higher time frame. I've got the previous structure there. I've got my second pullback there. Same again, look where my stop loss was. It was above the previous high. Okay, I'll put it slightly lower. This is good. I can have a tighter stop loss now on this trade. Okay, with a tighter stop loss now, it means I can make more money out of the trade, but my psychology or the things that I do stays the same. So again, I'll set my level just at the bottom of the zone there, okay, which is actually just over a 1-to-1. It's do or die. I'm either going to get stopped out on this trade and I'll accept it and move on, or I'm hitting the bottom of the zone. There is no compensating. It is one or the other. Immediately hit that level. Go in with a slightly larger lot size. Go in with that larger lot size. You're going to be starting to panic now, right? Oh my God, we're in drawdown. We're in drawdown. You notice how it hits the top of that zone? There is a reason why my stop loss is there. It is being protected by that area of resistance, okay? As price comes down now, okay? I'm sitting there and going, okay, I might potentially win this trade. Let's see what happens. I took this trade with the members, actually. It was quite funny. Okay, is my second pullback here. Bang. As price now, come on, come down. Right, come down. Bang. There we go there. Now this level has been hit. Whew. The hard work has been done. We're going to take what we are comfortable out of the trade. Go risk-free. Protect our money. There is nothing worse than buying Bitcoin at $9,000 and watching it go up to $90,000 and do absolutely nothing about it. You just watch it go all the way back down and you haven't made any money. And this is my point. Most traders are very good traders. They just don't do anything about their trading when they're in a trade and they're in profit. You need to be taking profit out of the trades, out of your trading account, and you need to be spending it. You need to be enjoying it. It's going to help psychology. So again, when we hit this level here, this is where most of my hard work has been done. Once we've done that, we move our stop loss down, and what I'll probably do is I'll manage the trade. On this example here, what happened? We came all the way back down there, and that is it. Boom. Look at all that extra free money. And we say free money because it is free money. It's completely risk-free. I'll show you one last trade over the weekend, which was on Saturday. Okay. And I'll show you this Bitcoin trade. Where's my charts gone? I've lost my charts. Here we go here. Let me go to the 5 minutes. Here we go here, right? So let me show you this trade that I took on the 1 minute on Saturday. And I spent the entire day, this was it here. Look how much money I had made on this trade. I don't know, it was the 5 minutes. It was the 5 minutes. There we go there, right? Look at the amount of money I had made on this trade. It was the whole of Saturday. It was the whole of Saturday in this trade. Look how far it went up. In fact, it's still going up now, today. And I could still technically be in it, but I didn't. I got out early, right? But can you see the difference, right? Look at this here. So same again, I take this trade, right? We've got our first pullback there. We've got our second pullback there. I take the trade, okay? There's my little MACD arrow. I have my stop loss there. It's nice and tight this time. Beautiful, nice and tight. I target the top of the zone, which is going to be just, come on here. When it hits the top of the zone there, okay? And when it hits the top of the zone, you ready? Bang, that's it. Immediately, I've hit that zone. I'm going in with a bigger lot size. I'm taking profit out that I'm comfortable with, and then just leave the trade. Go have some fun. If I hadn't have closed this early, and the reason why I closed it early is because I was taking sales. I was taking sales on the lower time frames as well, like that sell just there. Okay, this trade, I'd still be in this trade, and this trade would be completely risk-free. Imagine I'm still in this trade right now, and I'm like, yeah, this is just free extra money. Like, I've not done anything for it. When I say free, you understand what I mean. It's completely risk-free. And this is going to help a lot with psychology, because you're going into a trade with a larger lot size. You're immediately going to hit that profit target, which you're comfortable taking a certain amount of profit out. Then you go risk-free, and then that's going to start to help build up the confidence with pushing your trades. So just to recap what I've taught you today, trading is going to be psychology. The reason why most people fail is based on psychology. Okay, so we have to do certain things in our trading that's going to help us to become a better trader. So the first one is set us a level that you believe that you can comfortably hit, and say to ourselves, right, it's this level or stop loss. There's no touching it in between. Stop loss or level. Once you hit that level, go into that trade with a larger lot size, and once you hit that level, take profit out of the trade that you are comfortable doing. There's no point going in there with a smaller lot size and trying to push the trade, or going with a too big of a lot size and panic and close early, right? So once you've hit that level, go risk free, take money out that you are comfortable taking out, and then move your stop loss up and learn to push your trades more and more and more. And the more you get to that point where it's like, I'm comfortable now, I'm comfortable pushing trades, then you can start taking less partials out of your trades. So rather than taking like 80% that you are comfortable doing, take less out and start pushing your trades for more. Right? You've got to start to walk before you can run, right? There's no point just going into a trade and going, well, I'm going to set a 1 to 3, right? And leave it. When you do this, you are factoring losses into your trading. And most people can't handle losses, right? If you were to take 3 or 4 losses in a row, you're going to be extremely frustrated. But you're doing that yourself. You've asked to do that. You've set a level that's so ridiculously high that you aren't going to hit every single time, and you'll only hit it maybe 1 every 3 times, which means you're going to get losses. Well, can you handle the losses? Very likely you're not. Okay, so what you want to do is still have that level as a 1 to 3, but have a smaller target that you can comfortably hit immediately, and then you ain't got to worry. You got no stress, right? So I hope you enjoyed that quick video on how to push your trades. Like I said, right, if you look at my trades that I have took today, right, like I showed you on my phone, all of it was done from what I've showed you. I mean, if you look, I've showed you the 2 golds, which was a nice buy. I've showed you the sell, which was a nice sell. And I've showed you that Bitcoin right now on the 5 minutes, right? And then if you actually look at this trade here, I'll show you this little trade quickly here. If I click the replay, okay, you see this little mini trade just there, right? You see that little mini trade just there? Watch this one. If I go to like, I don't even know when I took this trade. Here we go here, right? Look at that one. Beautiful. Look at that one, right? A little bit messy, but you see the idea. Same again. First pullback, second pullback, stop loss above the previous resistance at the top there. We hold the trade. Okay, as soon as we get to around a profit target that I'm comfortable with, so hopefully it's going to come down. I believe it does come down. Okay, so once it starts coming down to around 50%, which is going to be around there, okay, I'm going to start to take partials out of the trade. I'm going to go risk free. So at the minute, I'm just holding this trade. I'm holding it. By the way, I don't know what happens with this trade. This was on Saturday. So there we go there, right? You see how it starts to come down like this here? My target's just there. Bang. Now my target's been hit. All the hard work has been done. Feel that. Enjoy that emotion of done the hard work. It's now time to clock off, cash in my check, money in my trading account. Boom. What's left is risk free. Move that stop loss down. Do I get more money out of the trade? I don't know, right? I must have done. Okay, here we go here, right? I'm just sitting here laughing at the minute. Can I get more money? Boom. That's how you do it. Feel it, enjoy it. Free money, not saying free money, but you get the idea, right? It gives you that confidence to think, right, let's do that again. Let's do it again. And that's how you want. What you don't want to do is to be like, boom, reverse, stop you out. And you're like, what on earth did I do wrong there? I took a winning trade. It went into profit and I did nothing about it. Yeah. So enjoy today's video. My name is Jamie Palmer. Thank you for watching.